What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. What is going on? If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before leaving and put your post notifications on so you'll never miss another upload. For today's video, as you can see, I am looking a mess. My closure is looking horrid, and we're gonna fix that today. We're gonna finesse it, and we're gonna make it look like it was never messed up in the first place. So I'm gonna start off by combing it back into a ponytail so that I get the hair out of my face and I can just focus on fixing this closure to begin with. So to start off, what I'm going to do basically is just use makeup. I'm going to show you how the power of makeup can really bring this closure back to life, okay, because it's clearly dead right now. So what I'm going to do is take some black eyeshadow on this thin brush that I use for my eyebrows sometimes, and I'm just going to fill in those sparse areas. But the key to this is to not just stay in one area, because then it'll look too fake, if that makes sense. I'm just going to kind of lightly stroke it in different areas and just kind of go all over the closure, don't stay in one spot basically. So then I'm going to take my comb and comb the front part back so that it reveals kind of the hairline more, and I'm going to fill in those areas next. Now they really don't need to be filled in that much, only because that's where the baby hairs go, so it doesn't need to be like really filled in, but I am still going to fix it up a little bit because it is bald on one side. As you get closer and closer to the part, you want to be careful and go really slow and take your time, because you want to make it look as natural as possible. If you make it too closed in, then it's obviously not going to look like a part, but if you make it too wide, then it also is not going to look like a part. So it is all about taking your time and making sure that it looks natural. Also, I know that my middle part does not look like a middle part, it looks like a middle side part, and I could never get any middle part of my head to be in the middle, so I don't know. I honestly feel like my head is naturally lopsided, so that has a lot to do with why I cannot ever get a middle part, but I mean, it don't look that bad. So now we're going to focus on making the part look natural. So as you can see in the beginning of the video, I did not have a part in the beginning of my hairline, only from the middle on. So now we're going to make that part look like a part. So I'm taking this flat brush that I use to outline my eyebrows with and some foundation, and I'm very carefully and slowly going down the part and kind of making it look more noticeable. So now we're going to turn these dry, brittle, dehydrated looking worms into some juicy curls. So you're going to need a towel around your neck so that you don't wet your shirt, and I'm going to use a spray bottle of water and some mousse to get this together. So first I'm going to section off the hair into two parts because it's a lot easier to work with that way. And I'm going to take my spray bottle of water and literally drench this side in water, like until it's soaked, okay? Don't little dampen none of that. We want it to be soaked and wet, okay? Now that the hair is completely drenched in water, I'm going to take this Cantu Wave Whip Curling Mousse and just putting a whole bunch into my hand and just kind of, you know, smoothing that into the section. So now I'm going to take this detangling brush and starting from the ends, which is very important. You want to start from the ends. Even with your actual hair, when you're detangling, you always want to start from the ends. That's just like common sense because you don't want to rip your hair out. and I'm gonna move my way up slowly and gradually until I get to the very top, and the curls will be luscious and juicy and just rejuvenated. Next, I'm going to take my towel and scrunch the hair up. This is basically just going to keep that curl pattern very tight throughout the day and allow it to dry in whatever way you scrunched it. Also, this wig that I have on is actually glueless, so it's not going anywhere. Absolutely no glue or anything holding it down, so just thought I'd say that. But next I'm going to do the baby hairs. This is obviously optional, all up to you. You don't have to do baby hairs if you don't want to, but I'm going to do some because I like how they look. So I'm combing the perimeter of my hair back, and then I'm going to take the comb and kind of pull out those little fine hairs that I previously cut to make look like baby hairs, and I'm going to lay them with some of this gel. You're not supposed to use gel on your baby hairs on your wigs, so I don't recommend it, but I didn't have any more mousse that I used to lay my edges with. I only have the mousse that I use when I wet the hair, and that's not the mousse you would use for this. So I had to use some gel because y'all, I had none, okay? I just had to. It did not damage the hair at all. It actually made it look very shiny and sleek, but like I said, I don't recommend using it on a day-to-day basis because it will gather a product and make your hair look just disgusting after a while, I guess. But as for right now, it didn't look that bad, so. So after I'm done doing the baby hairs, I'm going to take this scarf and I'm going to lay them down for about maybe 5 to 10 minutes depending on whatever I'm doing. Usually I do my makeup in this time period or just check my phone or whatever, but I like to leave it on for at least 5 minutes just so that the edges can set in and that it can look really nice. So I'm actually going to take a little bit more of that black eyeshadow and go back in and fix it up just a little bit more because the gel kind of took a little bit of that away, and then I'm going to define the part a bit more and also apply some powder to the lace, like around the hairline area, so that it can blend into my skin. These curls are actually really beautiful when they dry as well. They obviously are not going to stay wet for the whole day, but I'll insert a picture and show you guys what it looks like when it's completely dry also. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and also put your post notification bell on, and I'm going to see you guys in the next upload. I guess I hit you back.